Hi, good evening, and welcome to the last Greenticker NGX daily market summary for the week. Thank God it's Friday. What are your plans for the weekend? What do you plan to do? Sleep, go out, have fun, a mix of both. It's always nice to take out time to relax. I mean, weekends, there's no market trading on the NGX during weekends. So much as I enjoy what I do, it's nice to be able to have some time to catch up on things. Let's get right into it. Before we dive in, some the usual rules. I'll say this is in no way financial or trading or personal finance or investment advice. Whatever I say are my opinions and my thoughts. You're not supposed to act on anything anybody says. You need to do your own due diligence. You need to do your own research. So please note that. Thank you to everyone who takes out the time to like, share, subscribe. If you haven't, please do so you don't miss out any videos and all that. I have some videos, individual company videos should be up between tomorrow and Sunday. So you don't want to miss that. I also have a space that'll be up as well. We're having a space with the InfoWare team on Sunday by 5 p.m. As on the Greenticker handle. So let's get into it. All share index fell 0.09% today. I was conflicted somewhat as to say classify this as a fall because 0.09, if something declines or increases by 0.09, that's essentially flat. That's reality, but we must be accurate. And so, just for accuracy's sake, it fell 0.09%. Now, the index measures the average performance of stocks. Some stocks will do better than the index, some stocks will do worse than the index. And what do we have today? Intransact and Regency Alliance Insurance both gained 9.93%. So, they were the best, jointly held the best performing stock to their position. Intransact gained 9.93% to close at 14 naira 95 kobo. Regency Alliance Insurance, that stock was on full bid today. Full bid means you barely had any offers for sale. Full bid. So I think if you follow my timeline, I probably share the screenshot and post it on YouTube. So if you are listening on YouTube or if you're watching on YouTube, you'd see the screenshot as well and all that. I don't want to post that on LinkedIn because I don't nuances are a bit difficult to get there. So even as much as possible, I'm very careful. But I posted it on my Twitter, so who knows? Maybe I might share everywhere. But I'm very careful because the larger the following you have, you can give as many disclaimers on earth. People do act on what they think or what they infer you're saying and all that. So I don't know. But Regency Alliance Insurance, the momentum we are seeing in that stock is because of a planned bonus issue. The company intends to do a bonus issue of one new share for every 3 shares you've held. Sometime, I think October 10 or so is the qualification date. So it's very likely that you see this stock trading large volumes between now and the qualification date. I've changed things a bit. So if you're watching or if you're used to the previous videos, what I have, the new format is gainers on my left, losers on my right, most actively traded stocks by volume on my left, and most actively traded stocks by value on my right. So let me know if this seems better. But I think from a chronological perspective, this made more sense to me. And some of the daily market reports I see order their presentation this way. So I thought, let me do this as well. I think I quite like this from an eye movement perspective because when you read as a human being, I believe you read from what, left to right? Yeah. So on the losing end of things, mutual benefits assurance fell 7.8% to close at 3 naira 90 kobo. You also had Lasaco. Lasaco is another insurance firm. Fell 5.97% to close at 2 naira 99 kobo. Essentially, that's 3 naira. In terms of most actively traded stocks by volume, NSL Tech led the way, 71.4 million shares traded. Access Corporation, a distant second with 40.9 million shares traded. Sterling Holdco, parent company of the popular Sterling Bank as well as Alternative Bank, a distant, not so distant really, because if Asset did 40.9 at 37.1, which is next to it, isn't so distant. So sterling number 3, 37.1 million shares traded. Regency Alliance Insurance, strong volumes, traded 20.1 million shares. And Charms also traded larger than usual volumes, 19.3 million shares traded. So most actively traded stock by value, Aradel led the way, 8.78 billion worth of shares traded. Aradel very likely is the most actively traded stock by value this week because a few days ago, over 20 billion worth of shares was traded. You add this and you have about 28.7 or so, almost roughly circa maybe 30 billion naira worth of Aradel shares traded. So it would be nice to know who's buying and who's selling. I guess maybe in the coming days we'll know. Unfortunately, the amount traded is small because when I looked at Aradel trades. Let's see if I can jump in. Yeah, sure, it's Friday, so there's some time. Aradel, and shout out to TRW guys. They do a great job with this page. Aradel did what? 16.1 million shares traded. That's large for Aradel. If you look at, a shout out to Gyaki. Gyaki is a Ghanaian artist I quite love. I think she had a new album out some days ago and I've been playing it. So let's look at, there's time, today's Friday, so I'm sure you indulge me. Let's look at the usual volumes for Aradel. ARA, and this is the NGX corporate disclosure section of the website. So this hasn't been updated, which is odd. Why haven't they updated it? But well, it's still useful. So 2 days ago, 43.4 million shares traded. Yesterday, 1.5. So clearly, Aradel probably was. And let's see if the NGX weekly report is out. That might help. I doubt it, but never can say. So let's see if it's out. Today is what, 12th. So they're yet to drop their weekly reports and all that. As much as possible, I like to use NGX data. So they're yet to drop it, but just from the numbers I have, Aradel very likely was the most actively traded stock by value this week. So back to the notice again. Who else traded large stocks by value? Access Corporation, Zenith, Dangote Cement. Dangote Cement, that's fairly large. I'll jump back to the table. 535 million naira worth of Dangote cement shares traded. That's fairly large for Dangote Cement. So let's go look at the trading volumes for the last couple of days for Dangote Cement. So you see DAN, and then we'll go to cement. And let's see the volumes. Okay, so yesterday was, they've updated. Nice. Today, 1 million shares. Yesterday, 800,000 shares. The day before, 1.3 million shares. So fairly large. It's large for Dangote Cement because you can see the last 4-5 days, this stock barely trades typically trades 100 and something thousand or so. So I wonder who's buying and who's selling and all. That's pretty much about it. You can get an audio version. The audio version actually goes up. So the audio version of this coverage is up on Spotify. By the time you get this by 8 p.m., the audio version goes up by 7 p.m. So audio is out 1 hour before video, and that's because it's a bit more flexible recording audio. So if there's any breaking news, I can kind of cover it because it doesn't take me time to do my slides and all that. So that's the audio version up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music. You'd also find content on greentickertales.com. I have an article on UBA. I think UBA may have miscalculated with their pricing of their rights issue, and I have a few other content lined up. UAC, Champion Breweries, you get them over the weekend, but written content is probably easier next is videos. So thank you all. Have yourselves a lovely weekend and stay safe.